hard work doesn't always lead to success. And I'm really tired of people saying that work hard and one day, someday, you'll be successful without actually telling you the truth about success. Hi, I'm Sudeshna, the founder of The Abundant Psyche, and you are listening to the Not So Corporate podcast. Here we talk about all of those not so corporate things that make corporate entrepreneurs more successful than their peers. And I wanted to do some myth busting around hard work and success and what it really means to be successful. And one of the things that really doesn't get talked about much is clarity of goals. And here I'm going to tell you how important clarity is. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to figure out that none of the successful people you have heard podcasts of, recordings of, have ever said that I didn't know where I was going and somehow I'm this uber successful person. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that because most successful people are really, really intentional about where is it they are going. And actually, I was reading this tweet by the psychologist Adam Grant that career paths these days are agile and fluid and always subject to change. And he was suggesting that we want to almost plan only 1 or 2 years ahead, not far ahead. And now, while I agree with him in principle, the rate of change of our industries, technology, surroundings, society has become incredibly fast compared to what our parents were used to. However, what I do feel is that if you are not planning for things, if you don't know where you are going in the next 10 years, how will you even come to what you want to be doing in the next couple of years or the next year? And I completely agree that you have to be agile, you have to be receptive to change, but you still have to be clear on what direction your ship is going in. Otherwise, it's almost pointless, right? If you did not know whether you want to be a doctor 5 years or 6 years ahead of actually getting the degree, that doesn't work. I hope I have hammered home the importance of being clear on your goals and being really, really intentional while setting them out. And yes, it might not be 10 years from now. It might be 5 years from now. Or it might be a completely different way of looking at life rather than just career being the central focus of your career goals. I cover a lot more about all of this in my program, and this is one of the pillars of the Abundant Psyche, actually. More on that later at some point. So yeah, it is actually incredibly important to be super specific about your goals, where you want to be in 10 years, or I would say even 20 years. And yes, of course, you have to be receptive to change, right? It's not like this is what my goal is and I can't ever change it. No, if you wake up tomorrow morning and you don't feel like doing that anymore, you can change it. But of course, with thorough assessment of your goals again, right? Like it's not like tomorrow morning I don't feel like losing weight, so I give up on my plan. No, that's not how it works. It's almost, I want to say almost a crisis that helps us delve deeper into what is that purpose, what is that goal that we want to be striving towards. And a lot of factors play into it. Like I said, I cover all of that in the Abundant Psyche Principles, but that is one part. And then the other part that I really wanted to talk a lot about is confidence. They don't talk about confidence because they think that some people are confident versus others. I think there's a lot of talk around imposter syndrome and all of that these days. But what I will say is a couple of things. Have you ever followed a leader who's not confident? Confidence is what attracts us to leaders. And if you want to be successful, if you want to be a leader, that's what you need to build, confidence. And the other bit I wanted to say was that it's not like some people are more confident than others. Confidence is a skill, very much like everything else. Like 5 years back, I had no idea that I'll be chatting with you on a podcast, on video, if you are looking at my YouTube channel. I had no idea. And I frankly did not have the confidence to. But here I am talking to you. All of this goes out to the World Wide Web. So God knows who's listening to me. But it's an internal state that I have gotten to. So if you learn from other people's experiences, know this, that you can develop the skill of confidence if only you want to. And if you are listening to this podcast, I'm quite sure that you want to be more successful than your peers. You are a corporate entrepreneur. And if you want to be that super successful corporate entrepreneur who's connected, who's grounded, you know that confidence will always be a part of your charisma that attracts other people to you. So, confidence and clarity, these are the two bits that are fundamentally important to making a successful leader. And if you are like any of my other clients who actually want to get to C-suite at some point or want to run their business at some point, you know that you need a dose of clarity and a dose of confidence. I almost want to take a turn and say that confidence is not arrogance. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance. Confidence is knowing what you know and being sure of that, but not being arrogantly assuming that you know everything, you have answers to everything. You don't. None of us have answers to everything. All of us are in our limited own perspectives, own bubbles, which is how the world appears to us. That's our perspective. If you are a know-it-all, you are probably not someone who listens to this podcast, because I generally don't tend to attract arrogant people. So confidence, don't take confidence as arrogance. The very fact that you are questioning what is the border is probably already telling you that you are not arrogant. Like, arrogant people don't question themselves and ask, am I arrogant? No, they don't. Anyway, that was my small random digression and rant. But if this was helpful, I hope you'll find the Career Change Blueprint tagged into this link incredibly helpful if you are looking at changing jobs, or if you are not looking at changing jobs either, you just want some more clarity around your career, around your goals. It's linked down below. Give it a read, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you. Bye.